New York and all over the world.
You're gonna be around to help with that.
Ernie?
Is gonna help with that, or what do you think?
Yeah, Ernie, yeah, he usually get out here between 12 and 1 o'clock. Rogers, Tom Dix, and all of them how to rope and do it. He is the one.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most important things why I asked you that like there's a disconnect that no one knows about the connection between like black.
I think I was always fascinated with horses, and I was hesitating because my brother brought something to my attention not long ago, because I remember telling him my first experience with a horse when we were young. I think I was about 6 or 7, and I'm from the Harrisburg area. A guy used to come around with a pony, you know, and go around the neighborhood taking pictures, right? So while he was out in the neighborhood taking pictures, he used to park his trailer to near our house. So I used to go peep in the trailer, and I was so fascinated saying to myself, a horse used to be in there, you know, right on down to building a stall next to my house, you know, and didn't even have a horse, you know. So I think that's mine. And then I went to, when I had a chance to go away to school at Arizona State, on the weekends we used to go riding, you know, and I think that's what started it. But getting involved with it with my kids, you know, my wife sort of, we was all sitting around the table talking about what could we do with our kids as a family. So my wife said, oh, she always liked horses. Well, I always had this little thing for horses, so I went out and bought one. You know, and it was one of the best purchases I ever made. You know, it brought us closer together, and like I said, the time we spent with that horse, and I'm sure it had a lot to do with my kids' self-confidence, built up their whole self-esteem and all that thing. And one of the things I'm most proud of is the fact they all got their degrees, you know. And not only got them, they're 4.0.
Now, Picket Riding Academy, have you seen any of them really be affected by riding horses, or I guess, have you seen any transformations of young people, other than your kids, getting to come here?
Yeah, there's one young man that comes to mind. He came here, his name was Muhammad. He would live here if I would let him, you know. He came here, and you know, you couldn't understand what he was saying. He mumbled, you know, he was very, you know, and he's been here about 6 months now, and you can see the gradual change. And I can understand what he's saying now. He sticks his chest up 3 o'clock, 3:30, you know, so he doesn't always tell her the correct time to pick him up. And then there's been kids over the years that, there's a couple in vet school, one of them down in North Carolina, you know, and so there's been several, you know, and I don't know, I think it's the thing that I really enjoy is seeing these kids when they come in, they scared to death. By the time they leave, and there's smiles on their face, you know, and that's what keeps me going.
So, or?
Yeah,
okay.
That's when I realized that he didn't understand the history of the black cowboys, the Black West, and the contributions that African Americans played in it. So that's when I start getting material and stuff together, so you know that my kids could read, so they can get a true understanding. We're not imitating anyone. If you're the origin of the word cowboy is really a black person, because during slavery we were referred to as boy. We took to the plantation of cow, so that's how the word came about. But a lot of people, so the word then got lost over the years, but it's really derogatory. You know, cowboy is referring to us. So there was good and bad, you know, but there's a history that was lost. Even when we were into black history in the schools, that was very popular, they never taught about the history of the Black West.